Wisdom says I'm nothing, but love says that I'm everything. And it's between those two that my life unfolds.
Hello, my beautiful yoga peeps. Thank you for joining me today on Shaman Yoga. We're going to be doing a cardio class. Contrary to popular belief, you can reach a state of cardio in yoga. We will begin with some core exercises, warm up that midsection, get our breath going, the blood pumping, do a bit of warm-up stretches, and then get into a very fast-paced flow. Prepare yourself mentally. You got this. You might grab your mat, maybe some blocks, and we'll get started. Beginning on our seats, I'm going to pull some moves out of my Pilates toolbox. First movement will be some rollovers. Keeping a flex in your feet, spine straight towards the sky, head up. You're going to lift your arms out to the sides, raise your arms, squeezing your fists, bringing your arms down into cactus arms, rolling over. Taking an inhale and exhale, one round of breath, lifting back up, reaching our hands up, squeezing our fists, our elbows into our sides, rolling forward. Coming into round 3, spine still straight, feet still flexed. After your fists go through, slowly rolling your spine down to the mat. Bring your heels into your butt. And reach your tips of your fingers towards your heels. Keeping your core engaged, lifting your shoulders. You're going to reach side to side, doing some oblique movements. Tailbone is grounded. Shoulders are lifted off the ground as much as you can. Push. And just reaching from heel to heel. Doing these core movements, you're inhaling from the top of your head down to your feet, exhaling through your mouth, matching the pace of your inhale and exhale. One more on each side, turning your back to the mat. Coming to a Pilates 100. Having your feet either extended up, feet flexed, or you can bring your feet and your legs a bit down. Palms are going to face towards the ground. Core is engaged. Shoulders are still lifted above the ground. We're going to press our hands up and down against the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's just an example. Once you're ready, extending your feet. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every 5 seconds inhaling, and the next 5 seconds exhaling. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, last round, 2, 3, 4, 5, holding there, bringing our knees into our belly, taking a moment, hugging your knees in, coming into a single leg stretch, extending that left foot, right foot still hugging into our chest. If you want a little more, you can bring that leg off the ground. It's extended. Flexing that right foot towards the sky, keeping a slight bend in your knee if your hamstrings are tight. We're going to be reaching up as high as we can, pulling that leg in towards us. Core is engaged throughout all these movements, of course. Still having a good attention and focus on your breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeezing our knees back into our chest. Give yourself a second. Let your core come back down. Taking deep inhales, full exhales. Next movement will be a double leg stretch. Extending our feet towards the sky, tailbones grounded. Core is engaged as we lift those shoulders off the mat. We're going to be reaching our hands up, letting our legs drop with control. We reach our arms back, forward, and then we'll bring our knees into our chest, extend our legs. That was just an example. Taking one more inhale, exhale. We'll inhale and begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Squeezing our knees into our chest. Sigh as we exhale out of the mouth. Letting any tension go. If this feels hard, that's okay. Do your best. Final movement is going to be some bicycles. Placing our hands behind our heads and extend our right arm. Bringing our we'll extend our right leg. Bringing our right elbow to our left knee. Switching sides. That was just an example. Again, core is braced. Shoulders will be lifted off the ground as much as it feels comfortable. Don't kink your neck too much. You can have your head tilted back if that's too much. And then you can always keep one foot on the ground and just switch sides here. It's still a lot of engagement. Again in 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Bring our knees back into our chest. Plant your feet on the ground. Windshield our knees side to side. From here, meeting on our hands and knees. Having your hands firmly planted underneath your shoulders. Feet can be tucked, flat against the ground, flat back. And extend our right leg behind us, left arm forward, bringing elbow to knee, extending back into bird dog. Exhaling, inhaling as we extend, inhaling, bringing that in. Bring your hands and knees back to the ground, switching sides. The left leg is extended as you inhale, right arm extended forward. Exhale, tucking, inhale, extend outwards. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Stepping into a plank. Shoulders directly above your wrists. Fingers have spacing. Biceps swiveling inwards as if your hands were turning a jar outwards away from each other. Flat back. We're not lifting our butts to the sky too much. Core is braced. Strong line from our heels to the top of our head. Tucking our elbows as we come down into a chaturanga. Lifting up into a baby cobra. Exhaling, turning down to our chest. Inhaling. Inhaling for one final round. Coming back down into our chest. Tucking our toes. Lifting into back into downward dog. Walk out your dog here. Extending one heel back, switching to the other. Swivel your heels side to side. From here, extending the right leg back. Heels are flexed. Not switching too much into one side or pivoting our shoulders, but keeping a flat line from our torso. Our hips apex, heels extended. Stepping that right foot forward, dropping our left knee. Coming into a lizard lunge, and walk your hands onto the inside of that right foot. Stay planted on your hands. Do a little bit of wiggling, shifting your momentum from side to side. Come into stillness if you find that comfortable. Drop down on your elbows. Just beginning to warm up in your hips. Already feeling a bit of sweat going. If you want to open into that outright hip, you can drop onto the right side of that foot. Extend that knee out. You're feeling a stretch that outer right hip. Also, in your front left IT band, front left hip, fit into the quad. Coming back up, bring your hand to the outside of that right foot, planting back up on your hands, back left foot and heel lift, stepping back. We extend our right leg, returning into our downward dog, exhaling. Using our side bodies, our hands stay firmly planted. press our chest back as our heads drop. We're not holding tension in our neck. Our heads aren't doing the lifting here, letting that weight go. Pushing the left foot back. Stepping left foot forward to the top of the mat. Dropping your right knee. Bringing your left hand to the inside of that left foot. Coming into our lizard lunge on our opposite side. If this class feels too challenging, do what you can. The hardest part was showing up on our mats today. Regardless of what we have going on in our lives, dedicating this time to yourself, finding a safe space, we're building, we're growing, we're staying aware of everything we feel, listening to our bodies, not letting our minds become defeated, bringing your attention back to your breath. You notice if it starts to stray, letting me guide you through this practice. I appreciate you. Stepping foot back, left heel back, do 3-leg dog, dropping that foot back down to the ground into our downward dog. From here, we're going to walk our hands back towards our feet. As you come into this forward fold, you can still have a slight bend in your knees. Letting the weight of your head drop towards the ground. Feet are spread as far apart as it feels comfortable. Letting that low back release. You have to put a very generous bend in your knees. It's okay. We want our chest to be against our thighs, to let decompression occur. From here, we slowly unroll out of this forward fold. We start to straighten into our legs, starting from the bottom of our spine, unfurling vertebrae by vertebrae as we stand up into Tadasana. You either have feet hips width apart, or you can have your toes touching, making sure there's still space between the backs of our heels so that our hips, gates can be pointed evenly forward. Crown is lifted brightly towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Shoulders dropping, space between our ears, our neck and our shoulders. Hands are spread wide, facing towards the tops of our mats. Bringing our attention back onto our breath. Breathing fully into the bottoms of our feet as we lift from our feet, grounding up towards the crown. Slight tuck of our chin. Next inhale, lifting our hands towards the sky. Swan dive down to our mats, walking forward into a plank, coming into push-ups of your choice. I'm going to go for 3. You can do 1. You can do them on your knees. You can do none. You can do 3. You can do 5. As we walk back, we're going to stand back up into Tadasana, unfolding that same awareness we had on our initial go around. lifting our hands towards the sky, swan diving in forward fold here, keeping back straight as we let the chest come towards our thighs, switching whatever hand you walked out first, coming into your plank, coming down into a chaturanga. Walking your hands back into that forward fold, unfurling back into Tadasana, taking one breath, lifting our hands up, reaching towards the sky. You can have a slight back bend if that's what's in your practice today. Folding back into our forward fold, using the opposite hand, walking back out to a strong plank. Elbows are tucked into our sides. Coming down halfway, lifting back up. From here, stepping towards the tops of our mat. Putting a slight bend or generous bend in your knees, coming into chair pose. Here, you can still have space between your feet and your heels. You can bring your toes to touch. At that point, still keeping space in the heels. Our weight is back on our heels. We're not putting too much weight forward on our toes. You want to be able to lift your toes off the ground. So your focus is back towards your glutes, your hamstrings, back line of your legs. Coming parallel, we're lifting our arms up. Pinkies are wrapping in towards each other. We're not squeezing our shoulders up towards our ears, but keeping space there as if we were holding a ball of energy out above our crown. Gazes forward. From here, still staying in that chair pose, we're gonna let our chest dip down towards our knees, reaching our hands back, palms face to the sky. Coming back into chair pose, exhaling into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping back into our plank into the chaturanga of your choice. Back to the downward dog. And then in here, reaching our right leg, extending that back. Stepping the right leg forward. Chest is gonna stay on that thigh, reaching our hands back. Coming into a crescent lunge. Still having the same space between our shoulders, our ears. Hands are still held wide. Letting that ball of energy grow. Keeping a stable foundation in the legs. And dip our chest down towards our thigh. Reach our hands back. Come back up. Let our hands drop back down to the mat. Coming into a chaturanga. Cobra. Upward dog, back into our downward dog. One round of breath. Next inhale, left heel extends back, stepping that foot towards the top of your mat. Coming up to a crescent lunge on our left side. One breath, bring your chest to thigh, arms reach behind you. Back up into lunge, planting our hands back down on the mat, stepping back into a chaturanga. Back into a downward dog. You can step or hop towards the top of your mat, and into a forward fold. halfway lift, exhaling forward fold, inhale, unfurl, back up to Tadasana, inhale, hands reach towards the sky, exhaling, swan diving towards the ground. From here, reaching your sit bones back, coming up into a chair pose. Bring your chest towards the thigh for 1, back onto the chair, reaching back, 2, up in the chair, coming into forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, 1 full breath leads you through your entire chaturanga. Up into your cobra or upward dog. Pushing back into downward dog, extending right heel back. Stepping that foot forward, coming up into a crescent lunge. Dipping down, chest towards the thigh, gaze is still forward. Reaching our hands, pressing them back, reaching up, planting our hands, stepping back. Into a downward dog, left heel extends back, stepping forward, crescent lunge. 1, 2, staying strong, confident, believing. Even though this is hard, you are capable. You come back into our downward dog, step or hop towards the top of your mat, in your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to forward fold. Rolling out of your spine. Tall crown. Hands extend towards the sky. Back into our forward fold. As we reach our seats back, lifting our hands, pinky still wrapped. Into our chair pose. Chest on thigh. Chair pose. Back. Final chair. Back. Actual final chair. Planting our hands back down towards the ground, stepping back into chaturanga. Back into our downward dog. Right heel extends back. Stepping forward. Exhale. Inhaling up into crescent lunge. Dipping chest down to thigh. 1, 2, 3. Finishing in a crescent lunge. Planting our hands, stepping back into chaturanga. Vinyasa of your choice. You can skip these chaturangas if it becomes too much. Left heel back. Stepping that forward in crescent lunge. Chest to thigh. Crescent lunge. Dipping. Full extension. Dipping. Back up into a crescent lunge. Planting our hands. Keeping a focus on your breath. Don't let it escape you. Stepping or hopping towards the top of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Coming back up into Tadasana. Feeling tall, proud, strong. We got this. As our hands lift towards the sky or the ceiling. Swan diving into our forward fold as we exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Sitting back into chair pose. Extending our hands. Chest to thigh. Extending. Chest to thigh. Extending. Chest to thigh. Extending. Chest to thigh. Extending. Feeling the burn in those legs. Planting our hands. Stepping back into chaturanga. Meeting in downward dog. Extending our right heel. Stepping towards the top of our mat. Crescent lunge. hands extended, dipping, extension, dipping, extension for 3, inhaling, exhaling for 4, inhaling, planting our hands down towards the mat, going through your chaturanga, vinyasa, cobra pose, upward dog. As we meet in downward dog, we're extending our left heel back, stepping towards the top of the mat, left side, hands extended, chest to thigh. 1, exhaling, inhaling to 2, exhaling, inhaling 3, exhaling, inhaling for 4, planting our hands. Downward dog, step or hop to the top of your mat. Halfway lift, exhale, forward fold, rolling out of your spine, standing tall, reaching our hands towards the sky, swan diving, back into our forward fold, inhaling, halfway lift, back into our chair pose. Hands reach, dipping, still, 2, keeping your legs firm. You're not standing out of your legs too much. 4, 5, back into our chair pose, forward fold, stepping back into a chaturanga or hop back, vinyasa of your choice. Right leg goes back, stepping towards the top of your mat, crescent lunge, chest to thigh. 2, inhale, exhale 3, exhale 4, exhale 5, feeling the burn in those quads and those hamstrings and those calves. Stepping back in your chaturanga. Meeting downward dog. Extending our left heel back. Stepping that towards the top of your mat. Reaching our hands up. Chest towards thigh. 1. Inhaling. Exhaling. 2. 3. 4, 5. As we meet in our final crescent, flipping that back heel in, meeting me in warrior 2. Arms are still extended strong. Back heel perpendicular towards that front left heel. Still keeping that bend in our legs. Not hiking our shoulders up, gazes over that front left finger. Need to bring your right arm to your chest. Make sure that back arm is in line with our front. Strong warrior 2. Straining into that front left hip. Flipping that heel in. Bring your hands to your hips. Heels go a little wider and our toes as we let our chest shine towards the sky. Exhaling, move forward fold. Here, you can keep your hands on your hips. You can reach your hands, grab your ankles. Going a little more. Reach your hands through your legs. Palms will be planted. We're letting our heads drop towards the ground. As we Regain composure, recentering with that breath, making sure to back off. If you begin to feel dizzy, your cardiovascular system isn't quite caught up to this kind of flow. Just doing what you can, listening to your body, your breath. We're pushing ourselves, but we're not seeking pain. Lifting up into a forward fold in this wide leg, or halfway lift out of this wide leg forward fold. Bringing left heel back. We're going to step our left foot back to match our right foot. From here, in our plank pose, bringing our heels together, going to rotate onto our right side. This right hand is firmly planted directly under our shoulder. If this is too much, you can have your right knee planted on the ground, and then you would extend that left foot back. Come into our side plank. If you chose the full variant, heels are firmly pressed towards each other. One straight line from the top of your head down towards your heels. And then we can either keep our hand on our hip or extend that towards the sky. If you're extending the left hand up, we're going to reach our hand forward and then push into that right hand as if we're pushing the ground away from us, raising that right hip as much as we can. Left hand comes back towards the sky, planting the left hand into our chaturanga. Cobra pose of your choice. Coming back from downward dog. Right heel extends back, slipping that right foot towards the top of your mat. Rotating that foot in. Heels are wider than our toes. Our weight distribution is even between sides, but our pressure is planting as if our heels are grounded and then we're on that knife edge so that the inner parts of your feet still have some lift to them. That helps engage that inner line on your legs. Deep inhales, even deeper exhales. For more advanced yogis, still maintaining that ujjayi breath. Here, if you feel called, you can sigh out as we exhale. Feeling a halfway lift. And rotate that front right foot back towards the top of our mat. Hands plant firmly, stepping our front right leg back. Either taking the option that you chose the first time or taking a variation. Heels are together, left hand planted firmly under our shoulder as we reach. The right hand up. Pushing out of that left hand as if we're pushing the ground away. Letting our bodies come away from the ground. Lifting that left hip, tuck away from the ground. Extending our right hand forward. Coming into a side plank, with a very deep side stretch. Here it's important that the main carrier of your weight distribution is on the L, that bottom hand, with even spacing under our fingers, between our fingers. We'll bring our right hand back down towards the ground, coming into our vinyasa, chaturanga, elbows are tucked, upward dog or cobra, meeting back, downward dog. Right heel lifts back, stepping towards the top of our mat, meeting in warrior one. Hips are forward, back left toes slightly towards diagonally, aimed at the top of your mat. Arms extend, not as deep of a bend in that front knee as a crescent or a warrior. It's important that our torsos aren't too far forward here. We're not coming into a back bend, but we're directly above these hips, while our hip points are still facing forward. Hands are extended, space between our shoulders and ears. Warrior two, coming into a warrior dance. Coming to a reverse warrior. Side angle, hand can be above your head, back into a reverse. Letting our hands meet at the ground, chaturanga. Vinyasa, down dog, left heel extends back. Top of your mat, warrior one. Coming into warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Back into reverse. Bending our hands, stepping back. Vinyasa. Inhaling, exhaling. Right heel extends back. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale. Inhale. Bending our hands. Coming back to our vinyasa. Extending back into downward dog. Left heel extends back. Finding that foot towards the top of the mat. Warrior one. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Back in reverse. Finding our hands. Stepping back. Vinyasa. Inhale. Exhale. Right heel. Top of mat. Exhale. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, planting our hands. One solid breath here. Staying strong and slow as we come into our chaturanga. Exhaling, downward dog. Left heel extending back. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Reverse. Side angle. Planting our hands. Stepping back. Final vinyasa. Slow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Letting our bellies drop towards the ground. If needed, you can come into a child's pose. Following with me, find our way into a sphinx. Our elbows are spaced under our shoulders, hands still planted well against the ground, as if our hands and our elbows are pulling our chest through, keeping engagement in your glutes, pressing your pelvis into the ground to alleviate any pressure we feel in our low back. Beginning, just let your breath calm, trying to match the pace of your inhale with your exhale. Feeling an elevated heart rate, getting a little bit of sweat. If you want, you can push up into a seal pose, just having your hands planted, not letting our elbows come out too wide. Still same spacing between our hands and our shoulders, still pressing our pelvis into the ground as we engage our glutes. Slowly finding our way back down to our bellies. And go ahead and cross your hands and let your forehead meet the backs of your palms, finding your way into alligator pose. Taking this moment to thank yourself for showing up today. Every time you show up on your mat, you leave with a deeper, loved, noticed part of your soul, of who you are. Sometimes I do a lot. I have to push myself a lot. I've been struggling a lot. Done a lot of work physically, but the work we're doing here is a lot deeper than the physicality. It extends to each part of our being, our minds, our breath, our nervous system, our muscles, our cells, our spirit, and how we operate on this earth. The work we do on our yoga mats translates to every single facet of our life. It's okay to be still, and it's okay to feel. And sometimes we aren't going to find those answers outside of ourselves. Through the strenuous work and the work of being in these poses, this asana, we can let our minds rest, focus, and come into forms of meditation. Still staying on our belly, you can shift your hips towards the left side of your mat. Still having our hands over each other. I'm going to bring our right knee up towards our hip level at a 90-degree angle. And then just rest our heads back down onto our hands, finding a little pillow. Find normalcy in our breath again, letting go of the control of our breath, observing, at this point of the practice, we're in a complete different space than when we began. That space is profound. That space is safety. And you've done that for yourself today. If you want, you can turn the opposite cheek and look away from that hip is flexing up in towards our sides, or just keep your forehead down, or look towards the side that we're twisting. And that foot come back. Coming over a bit more towards the right side of your mat, bringing our left knee up towards a 90-degree angle. We live in a fast-paced world. Our relations, our work, our media, everything is rapid pace. I know a lot of people who endure mental diagnosis like ADHD, and it's hard to sit still. Beyond diagnosis you have, we live in a world that just does not facilitate stillness. We're taught that productivity is the proper way to operate, and if you're being still, then you're not providing. And that has sabotaged our nervous systems. That has sabotaged who we are as human beings. This work will take you deeper than that falsehood of ideology, this world of go, go, go. It's okay to be still. It's okay to look deeper. And just maybe we can find parts of ourselves that have been long abandoned. And in these practices, a lot may come up. By showing up, being with these feelings, these emotions, these sensations, we're coming back home. We bring our left leg back. Plant your hands and we roll up and meet on our seats, and then back down onto our backs, extending our feet. Coming to a figure four pose, planting our left foot on the mat, wrapping our right ankle over that left side. Here we're keeping this hip as if it's rotating outward. This knee is pressing away from us. This is enough. Stay here. If you're looking for a little more, reach your hands through. The right arm will go through the legs. Left arm will come out, and you can reach towards the back of that thigh. If you want to even a little more, reaching and grabbing the front of that knee, interlacing your fingers, pulling that left thigh in towards your chest. Again, right knee pushes away from us. We're still keeping right ankle flexed. Tailbone stays grounded. Head stays long. Slight tuck in the chin to prevent any cramping in the neck. Drop our left foot down, we're keeping our right ankle on top of our left knee. We're just going to let that left leg drop towards our side. We're going to twist. Have your right arm in the cactus. Extend that out. And keep that right arm on your chest. I'd like to use my left arm to grab that right foot. Help make sure it just stays planted evenly. And then our back is still firmly staying planted as both shoulders are still against the ground. From here, bring our knees back towards the sky. Switching sides, putting our right heel and left ankle on top of right side. Wrapping our hands through. Left hip. Knee, pushing it outward and away from us, flexing that left heel. Long back of our neck, cervical spine. Dropping that right foot, and our left heel meet the ground. Right hip, drop outwards. Starting to lose track of my words. And here, bring your feet back up, planting. Our knees pulling towards our chest. Taking any last final movements, otherwise we will find our way into our final pose. The most important Shavasana. When our heels drop away. And taking just one final second. Lift your seat, move that towards your heels as our back stays planted, creating space in our lower back. Hands come out towards our sides, letting our shoulder blades spread away from each other, long neck, letting go of the control of our breath. Hey. Apologies. He's excited. No, he has dermatitis. Quite a lot of yeast buildup, so he's on probiotics and antibiotics. Eats grain-free food. Finally, letting our attention go from our thoughts, our breath, my voice, direction, my facilitation, resting in Shavasana. return sensation back into our bodies. Feeling the tips of our fingers, our palms, the wrists, forearms, elbows, triceps, biceps, armpits, shoulders, into our chest, sternum, our abdomen, our hips, sacrum, our thighs, our knees, our calves, our feet, back upwards as we find our way into our heart, our throat, forehead, finding our crown, and make our way onto our seats. Satnam Wahe Guru, I am enough. It was a very challenging practice. So if you could find some gratitude, some releases here, maybe find your way into a meditation practice after this. Bring our hands to our forehead, clarity of thoughts, backs of our thumbs towards our lips, for mindful speech, into the back of our heart. May this practice guide you into the rest of your day with clarity, grace, and gratitude. Namaste.